The day she stopped begging for love, the world didn't end. Her phone sat silently on the counter, no longer a source of anxiety, no longer a crystal ball she stared into, hoping for a message that would validate her existence. For years, her life had been a series of unanswered texts, one-sided conversations, and a constant, aching need to be chosen. She had contorted herself into shapes she thought were more lovable, silenced her own voice to make room for his, and shrunk her dreams to fit into the tiny box he offered. Love felt like a battlefield, and she was always losing, always wounded, always pleading for a truce that never came. One rainy Tuesday, something shifted. It wasn't a dramatic explosion, but a quiet, deep sigh of exhaustion. She looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. The eyes were tired, the smile was forced, and the light she once had was barely a flicker. In that moment, she realized she was begging for scraps from a table that was never meant for her, while her own feast grew cold. That was the day she decided to stop. She deleted the number, archived the chats, and put away the photos that felt more like memorials to her pain than memories of joy. The silence that followed was terrifying at first, then it became peaceful. She started filling the quiet with things she loved. She picked up the paintbrush she hadn't touched in years, colors exploding onto the canvas, mirroring the life returning to her cheeks. She went for long walks, not to escape, but to simply be with herself, listening to the rhythm of her own footsteps on the pavement. She reconnected with friends, their laughter a balm to her soul. She invested in her career, her confidence growing with every small success. Slowly but surely, she was rebuilding herself, not for someone else, but for her. She discovered that her own company was not just bearable, but delightful. She learned that her own validation was the only one that truly mattered. People started noticing the change. There was a new light in her eyes, a genuine smile on her face, and an unshakable strength in her posture. Love did find her again, but this time it was different. It wasn't something she had to beg for. It was a love that met her where she stood, drawn to the whole, radiant person she had become. It found her because she had first found herself. She learned the most vital lesson. Self-worth changes everything. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see it. If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, what's one thing you're doing for yourself this week? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire. Thanks for watching.